it's Annika Leah 2004. I know I've been gone for a really long time. Thanks to all of my new subscribers that I've gotten, even though I haven't made videos. And thanks to all of those that have stayed, that were already my subscribers, and that have continued to be on my page, even though I haven't made videos. I haven't made a video in about 3 months. A lot of things have been going on, but back to my videos. Only problem is I left the laptop with my husband, so it's gonna be a little bit harder to post my videos. It'll be easy to record because I have the flip, but it's gonna take a little bit more effort for me to get the videos online or on the computer, edited and online with either somebody else's computer or at work. So please be patient with me, and here's what was going on. Okay, so as you all know, well, first of all, let me tell you, I have notes since it's been 3 months since I have made a video. There's a lot to tell you, so I have notes that I'd probably be looking down or something. But so as you all know, my fourth IUI, which was my last IUI, was May 29th. And then I normally always wait until my 2-week wait is up to test. I know a lot of other people test early, but I don't know, it's just something in my head that, like, I'd rather see that my period started than see only one line on a pregnancy test. Like, it just messes with my head, so I'd rather see that. It's easier for me somehow. So I always wait 14 days. Sometimes I wait 15, 16 days, just because I'm afraid to, like, see only one line. But I don't know, for some reason this cycle, or the cycle in May, I tested early. My husband was due to ship out, or he shipped out June 8th for basic training. And that morning, while he was down doing his paperwork, getting ready to leave, I did a pregnancy test. Just the little cheapy ones from online. And it was like a very, very, very faint positive. It was a very faint positive. It was more of a shadow of a line being there. And so I was afraid that if I told him it was positive that day, that I knew we wouldn't talk for probably about 1.5 weeks or so, even maybe longer. So I didn't want to tell him, I didn't want to be like, oh, okay, I'm pregnant or whatever, and then 1 week later, and then it was like a wrong test, or the test was wrong or something, and him be excited for like a whole 1.5 weeks, 2 weeks maybe, and then him call me and me be like, oh, the test was wrong. So I didn't tell him. So that was the day I tested. The first day I tested was 9 days, 9 DPO, and then I tested 10 days, 10 DPO, and I called the doctor that day, and I ended up speaking to the RN on staff or whatever, and I was a little bit irritated, but I was more than irritated about what she said. I was just like, oh, I did a pregnancy test yesterday, and I did a pregnancy test today, and I have a line, but it's like really, really light. What would you like me to do? And she's like, oh, well, why don't you wait about 1 week, because if the line's that light, you're probably having a miscarriage. I was just like, yeah, that probably wasn't the best thing to tell me. I mean, I get that that could happen. I totally understand that. But she totally didn't have to say that. She could have just been like, oh, just give it 1 week and so see when the line gets darker and then give us a call. No. So I was kind of mad about that. And then, anyways, I tested again. 11 DPO was still faint. 12 DPO was still faint. Then 13 DPO, it was super dark. at 14 DPO, I still took another one just for good measure, I guess. And I didn't tell anybody because I wanted my husband to know first. And I know a lot of you were asking me on Facebook, and it was like super hard for me not to say anything to you guys because you guys were like, oh, have you tested it? Oh, have you tested it? And I totally had, but I just felt it was my husband should know first. So I'm sorry that I didn't tell you guys, but I know that you'll forgive me. And then let's see, so I didn't get to tell my husband until June 20th. So I got my first fake positive June 8th, and I didn't get to tell him to June 20th. And I've always, like, since we've been married, I always thought up different ways I could tell him, like cute little ways, but all of those ways required him to be present, and he was he was like back in the mainland, far away from me, so none of those plans were gonna work. So he called me on Sunday the 20th, and he was talking about, I don't know, I guess they had a bad day, they got punished for something. So whenever they get punished, they make them do all these stupid things, and so he was a little bit irritated and he was frustrated and stuff. And then so I was like, okay, I guess I'll tell him now. Give him something to be happier about. So I just blurted it out. I was just like, I'm pregnant. And he's just like, he didn't believe me. He's like, you're lying. He's like, why would you lie? And I was like, exactly. Why would I lie? I'm serious. And he's like, are you serious? For real? And he was like all excited and stuff. He was really happy. He was like, I told you it happened. I totally had no faith in that last IUI at all. The sperm that we ended up with, like after the washing, was like lower than all the other ones we did. And I was just like, you know, like, this isn't gonna work, and this is the fourth one already. I don't want to do this anymore. And I almost didn't. After we went to take the semen to be washed or whatever, when we were on our way to do the IUI, I told my husband, I don't want to go anymore. I don't want to do it. Just forget it. And he's like, why? And I was like, cause I can't take it anymore. I can't take it not working. And he was just like, just go and try this last time. I'll be gone for 4 months, blah blah blah. You should just go. I was like, fine, I'll go. Anywhoozle, so my first appointment was June 22nd. I was given an estimated due date of February 17th, 2011. That day I told my parents and my aunts and my grandma and my brother and my sister and close friends. And the way I told my parents and my brother and the way I told my family is by wearing this shirt. I don't know if you can see it. It says new Spurs fan due February 2011. Can you see that? I hope you can see that. If not, it's on my Facebook. So I wore this shirt to my parents' apartment, and it took them a good while to figure out what it meant. My mom is so very observant and very smart, and she can figure out like things. She totally didn't. She was just like, what do you mean by do? And I was like, what does do mean? But anyways, so we finally got it, and they were like, my dad was like almost gonna cry. It was so cute. And then I told my brother, and I was all excited, and I told my friends. And then the next day I put it on Facebook. My first ultrasound was July 7th, and then that's when they changed my due date to February 24th, 2011. So a week. They said I was a week less than I